O'Reilly freaking out. I'll have to send it to you.
Okay.
It's a news anchor from back in like the 90s. Okay, he was on Fox News forever, but this is before he got famous. He's getting all pissed at his producer, and it's like it wasn't live or anything like that. They just somehow the video leaked, and he just gets pissed. It's like, fuck it, we'll do it live. Fuck it. So
okay, guess I'll just have to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Welcome to Stairway to Cinema. 33? You were ready, right?
Yeah. Oh, I'm yeah.
Okay. I had some news, but I forgot. Yeah, I think James Mangold is writing the script for Indy 5.
That sounds good to me.
That new news? Yeah, totally.
I like that.
There was something else. Oh, yeah, Ian Holm died.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Ian Holm.
Bilbo Baggins and the android from Alien.
Yeah.
To admit, I haven't really seen much with him, but of course his role as Bilbo was always kind of, I always watched Lord of the Rings, so
I mean,
it means something to me.
I was a fan, from what I seen of him, but the movies that he made weren't like movies that I saw per se.
Right.
Everything that I saw him in, I always liked, particularly the android in Alien, the first one.
Oh yeah,
I love him in that. I think he gets totally crazy in it, and he pulls it off really well.
Oh yeah. All right. Do you have anything else for news?
I should probably write this shit down, but no.
Okay. I think then we can just move on, and I'm gonna ask you.
Well, Henry Cavill apparently is back on for Superman, but not. Like, Warner is being really weird.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Henry Cavill apparently back on for other movies, but they're not making Man of Steel 2. So it's really weird.
Huh. And Zack Snyder or somebody else?
No. This is like, apparently Dwayne Johnson was campaigning for him for the Black Adam movie. So they want to have him possibly appear in that. But then there's also reports that they're trying to get a different Superman. And now the latest rumor is John Boyega, which is just like, please God, don't let that happen.
So it's all just rumors right now? No actual news? Okay.
Rumors.
All right. So, did you watch anything?
No Survivor this week. A lot of YouTube. But me and my girl, we powered through season 2 of Ozark on Netflix.
Oh, how's that?
And we're about almost done with season 3 as well. So we got all jacked into that. Ozark, when it first came out, man, I fucking fell in love with it. I don't know why I didn't jump on the second season like right when it came out. But it was just one of those things. I like to save shows. I love to save shows and power through when there's more seasons. And we were just sitting there scrolling around. We're like, we got to get on Ozark again. And I'm glad we did, because I feel like that's Breaking Bad level, just in my opinion. Ozark is.
That is a big statement.
It is a big statement. But Jason Bateman, who I've loved, since I was a kid, plays such a different role from what he's normally accustomed to, much as he did in The Gift. Which I like to see, because, everything of Jason Bateman you see is just him being kind of the jackass, but he plays it so well. But Laura Linney, I don't like Laura Linney. I've never liked Laura Linney. I think I've told you this. But she is fucking fantastic in Ozark as his wife.
I think I know who that is, yeah.
I feel like she kind of steals the show in a lot of scenes these days as well. But, highly recommend Ozark, anybody that has a Netflix. That is all I watched this weekend. This week.
Yeah, I watched YouTube as well, but I don't think that counts.
Jordan Peterson, Ben Shapiro, that kind of thing?
No. I watched 10 movies.
Oh.
I watched, it is 4 rewatches.
Well, what's the YouTube that you're watching? I mean, the people want to know.
I'm watching a lot of movie essays and shit.
Okay.
There's a good channel called Cinefix. That's very good. Also, I discovered some channels that talk about historical movies and how accurate they are.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, sometimes it's kind of, I don't know. I feel like historians sometimes can't have fun with a movie, but I get it. It's fine.
Right.
Like, I was surprised how accurate actually Hacksaw Ridge is.
I heard it's pretty accurate.
It's not like offensively inaccurate as Braveheart.
Right.
But yeah, it's fun to watch those videos. So mostly movie stuff because I'm insane.
You like movies, apparently.
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little. I watched 10 movies. 4 rewatches, 1 documentary, and 1 foreign movie. As always.
Okay.
There's a pattern. The first movie is actually I tried to make it from worst to best, but I don't know. The first
movie. Were they all bad?
What?
Were they all bad?
No. Okay. Actually, there's one bad movie. But the first movie I'm going to talk about is this was the first movie I did not give a rating on Letterboxd because I just didn't know how.
Oh.
It's a movie called Playtime by a French director called Jacques Tati from 1967. And it's a very interesting and creative movie. I've never seen anything like it, but I'm not sure if I enjoyed it. It's hard. It's super unique and creative, but what's the point? That was
the masterpiece of all comedies. Immensely amusing.
I mean, is it a comedy? It's a little. It's similar to Charlie Chaplin movies. There's slapstick comedy in it, but not crazy as Chaplin did it. This movie creates this micro world within Paris, and there's just a guy wandering around, and there's so much happening. It's the camera work is actually really interesting. Very wide shots, and there's lots of people with lots of stuff happening. And plenty of tiny stories to discover on the side. And all of that is super well choreographed. There's so much going on. It's crazy. And there is dialogue, but it doesn't really matter to it's a completely visual movie. Even without dialogue, it would work just as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I sometimes I just didn't know what the point was. I wasn't some of the interactions between people there are cool, but overall there's not much characterization or story or anything. I don't know. I wasn't super into it, but I still appreciate how unique it is.
It's ranked number 33 non-English speaking films in the critics poll conducted by the BBC in 2018.
I can see that this is somebody's shit. It's definitely impressive.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, just maybe not for me.
2.5 hours too. Jeez.
No, it's 2 hours only.
Playtime.
Yeah. Playtime.
So you don't know how to rate it?
No, not really. I could give it a 6 or an 8. I don't know. It's
somewhere in there.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of good, but I explained it already. Anyway,
right.
Moving on to the bad movie of the week, which is actually not as bad as I thought. I finally watched a movie by Oliver Stone called Alexander from 2004.
Oh, thank God. Thank God.
Colin Farrell, Angelina Jolie, Val Kilmer, Anthony Hopkins, and Jared Leto.
Which version did you watch?
It was 3 hours long.
Okay.
Is there multiple versions? I didn't know.
Yes, there's 3 or 4 versions of this.
God.
There's an ultimate cut. There's a fucking... Anyway,
go ahead. Which one did I see then? The longest or the shortest?
I think you just saw the regular, the 3-hour version, yeah.
The story of Alexander the Great, King of Macedonia. Actually, as I said, it's not as terrible as I thought.
Right,
there's some good stuff to find in this, but it is pretty bad.
Yes.
The production value is probably the best thing. The battles, everything it looks very, very good most of the time.
Right, yeah.
And the battle sequences are actually amazing, I think.
They're just not that many.
The gore is well done. Yeah, they're 2. One at the beginning, one at the ending.
Exactly, yeah.
Besides that, it's super boring. Also, it does this thing. It constantly switches between timelines, and it just feels super unnecessary instead of just telling the story straightforward. Also, you could have cut the whole shit with Anthony Hopkins in the future talking about him. What the fuck? And the acting, dude. The acting is so bad. Colin
Yes.
Farrell, that was the time when he was not good.
Terrible.
He's overacting in this so hard. And
So
so
bad.
dude, also, like, everybody has their own accent. Like, Angelina Jolie goes for some Eastern European accent. Colin Farrell is Irish, you know? It's like,
So-
what? And dude, Angelina Jolie is terrible in this one. And so is Jared Leto.
Val Kilmer makes an appearance in this as
Yeah,
well.
he wasn't good either, but, like, not as offensively bad as the others, I think.
Man, I'm glad you finally sat down to watch this masterpiece by Oliver Stone, man. Ooh.
I knew it was gonna be bad, but I still pulled through. I just wanted to see it, you know?
Yeah.
Oh god, the dialogue is so boring and bad.
Yeah, I even watched the ultimate cut because there was like this hope for me deep down, like, well, maybe it's better, and it's just there's nothing can save it because it's really annoying because like you said, the production value is good, the visuals are good, but it's the acting.
The script, the writing is terrible and the acting is terrible, so nothing can save that.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, though, it's supposed to be historically fairly accurate, but the movie just doesn't work, you know. So,
no.
I mean, I guess I have to give Oliver Stone some credit because it seems like they truly cared about about accuracy and about production.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
it could have been a drastically different movie had Colin Farrell had you swapped out somebody else.
Oh yeah, dude, his hair.
Because I could take the bad acting from supporting roles, but when you have the main guy, just terrible. Because you're right, around this time, Colin Farrell was atrocious. I'm so happy that he became.
He's
a good
actually
actor.
really good now.
Yes, he actually is a good actor now. You know, and yeah.
But yeah, like watching the battles, I thought I need more of this ancient history stuff.
Yeah.
Because well done, it looks really good. And I actually thought about rewatching Troy as well.
Troy's solid.
Just to have a comparison, you know, because I think Troy is way better.
Troy is like the MCU version of ancient history. I feel like it's, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's very, very ballsy, you know.
Yeah.
Alexander.
And actually, I have Spartacus on my list, so. But that's
that at least holds up. That's still solid. That's a fucking
but I don't expect it to be as good in terms of gore and battles. But the
series Spartacus was really, really good. The first season was amazing, but then the main actor died. And, he had cancer.
Terrible.
Yeah, he had cancer. It was terrible. It was fucking terrible because he was very, very good. The show was very good. It was 300 style, so the gore was very in your face and bloody everywhere and very stylized, very slow mo, all that shit. But it was well done, and it was just fun. It was a lot of fun. Now they did like 4 seasons, but it was just never the same after the first.
Yeah, I can see that when the actor dies.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to a movie that's not bad. It's a French movie again.
Ooh.
It's called The Professional from 1981 with Jean-Paul Belmondo.
Not Leon, the Professional.
No, a different one.
Okay, there's 2 professionals there.
It's a revenge agent spy movie. Like the plot is kind of average. There's this guy who got like betrayed by his agency, and he has to serve like 2 years in an African prison. Because like he was supposed to kill some guy in Africa, but then the political situation changed and his agency like betrayed him and shit. So he was imprisoned, and then he comes back to France and, you know, wants to take revenge on the guys. So it's like it's not very complex. The music is by Ennio Morricone.
Oh,
and as you would expect, it's absolutely amazing. Even though they just keep repeating the same theme over and over. It's okay. I mean, they do that in the Westerns as well, but like this theme is so good that it always fits. It works.
Yeah.
I mean, it's expected by that guy, right? Morricone just always delivers. The story is kind of simple, kind of cool. Some of the action is well choreographed for a movie from the 80s, I feel like. There's a very good car chase, actually. That was kind of spectacular. But overall, it's just like we talked about the last week. Action movies just sometimes don't age that well,
Right.
and this one's just a little slow and not as dynamic as you would like. But still, my dad has a lot of those movies with the guy Belmondo. I'll probably watch more. This one was soft.
I feel like a lot of action movies from the 70s. Looks like this is 81, but I feel like the 70s action movies, they're a little slower paced.
Oh yeah. I mean, Marathon Man was kind of disappointing to me. And also, I never finished French Connection. I watched like 30 minutes. French Connection is also very slow.
Very slow, yeah, slow paced.
Well, yeah, moving on. I don't have much to say on this.
Belmondo.
He's a cool guy, though. Kind of looks like a frog. So I finally watched a movie that was on my list for a while. It's from 2000. It's called Sexy Beast with Ray Winstone, Ben Kingsley, and Ian McShane. Okay. Brutal gangster Don Logan, played by Ben Kingsley, recruits retired safecracker Gal for one last job, but it goes badly for both of them.
I saw this right when it came out. I don't remember like all the details of it
but one thing you have to remember:
20 years ago. Yeah,
Ben Kingsley is amazing in this one.
Yeah,
like he's the best thing in this movie. His performance is just fantastic. He's like the ultimate asshole. And it's kind of special considering that like I know Ben Kingsley for roles like Schindler's List, and like he played Gandhi.
Did you see
many
Gandhi?
places? No, but like I always think of Ben Kingsley of like a nice guy, and then he's like this ultimate asshole.
I have to admit, Gandhi, solid.
I know, yeah,
good movie.
Still on my list. Ray Winstone is also good. Like he's one of those actors that everybody probably has seen in their life, but nobody knows the name.
I love that.
He's just always kind of there. Yeah, he's cool. He's very cool. It's very short actually. This movie is like not even 90 minutes. Very compact, solid, small English movie. I liked it.
The director is all music. Looks like.
Like this is his whole only feature film.
It looks like Under the Skin with Scarlett Johansson, but I never saw that.
Oh, that's on my list too. That's on that streaming service I'm using.
Yeah, but other than that, it looks like just a lot of Birth. I don't know what the fuck Birth is.
I think Sexy Beast had some influences by Guy Ritchie. Like sometimes it felt like very fast paced, intercutting and shit. Very Guy Ritchie-ish.
Yeah, it's kind of it was a little gem. It was a fun movie.
Right. And Ben Kingsley alone makes it worth watching, so I can recommend this one. Next one is a movie that is very highly rated on IMDb with 8.1. I think it's in the top 250. I never saw it, maybe because I also was spoiled. Like the ending was we watched the ending in school a few years ago.
Gross.
In philosophy class.
Gross.
Yeah, kind of. But it doesn't really matter. It works without it, even though it's not amazing. I watched Into the Wild by Sean Penn.
Oh, okay.
And what's his name? Emil Hirsch? Emil?
Yeah, Emil Hirsch.
Kristen Stewart, Vince Vaughn. And it's about this guy who's like, he kind of has a bad relationship with his parents, and like after graduating college, he just walks away. He just burns.
This is based on a true story.
Oh yeah, right. That's true. Yeah. And he gives his entire savings to charity, and just I think he cuts his driver's license in half and shit, and he just makes his way through the country and eventually ends up in Alaska. And it's a very highly regarded movie, and I thought it was just good, not amazing.
It's just a good flick. I like the story of it more. This is Sean Penn he's not, I don't know, man. He's not a captivating director to me from the movies
he didn't do much.
He's the ones he's done though. Like I feel like they're worth watching. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like I feel like Into the Wild is very worth watching of a movie. It's kind of depressing. It
is. It still has some feel good vibes though along the way.
Yeah. It's funny you mention this too, because I just read a story. They just airlifted that
Yeah,
car.
right. Friends sent that to me.
They just airlifted that shit out of to reduce traffic, I think, because
Because
everyone was
people
going there.
actually, yeah, and people actually died there. It's
They're
like
trying to be into the wild as well.
bad idea. I mean, I don't want to spoil the ending, but nah.
Could you do it? Could you do it? Could you just
No, I don't think so.
I think it's so tempting though. Like I think
It
why
is kind of tempting, but I wouldn't know where to start.
Just read a couple books. You know what I mean? Read a couple books before you go out there. How to start a fire. How to.
Yeah. Also, dude, the shit about burning all his savings and shit. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I know. It's like the ballsiest move anyone's ever done, right there.
Yeah. I really liked how like he met all those people along the way and formed friendships with what's her name, Catherine Keener. And
she was kind of
Vince Vaughn is in it, which was cool. And that old guy, Hal Holbrook, I think is his name. Right at the ending, that was like he was Oscar nominated, and I can see that it was very good. And I always liked Emil Hirsch, kind of. Like for me, I always put him in the same category as Taylor Kitsch, but I always thought that Emil Hirsch was better. They kind of also look the same.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. He's been in a couple. There was a movie I didn't like him in. I'd have to like figure out what movie that was.
He was in Oliver Stone's Savages, and actually Taylor Kitsch is in that as well.
It wasn't.
They both Lone Survivor, I think.
Yeah, was he in Lone Survivor?
I think he was. Yeah.
All right. Well, then that was solid. Yes, he was. He was one of the dudes in Lone Survivor. God, that movie's fucking good. I need to watch that again.
It is good. Yeah.
Yeah. He's in Milk. Milk was solid too.
Oh yeah, right. That was good. And he was in the movie I don't want to talk about with you.
Which one?
That movie that I watched plenty of times.
Don't say the title now. What's the movie? I don't know. Ghost Rider. Yeah. He is in Lords of Dogtown. I brought that up a couple times. And Alpha Dog. If you ever get a chance to see Alpha Dog, I think you've seen Alpha Dog.
No.
But oh my god, dude! There's a scene in Alpha Dog that it like made me love. What's his name? Ben Foster.
Ben Foster. Oh, he's in that. God. Okay, then I'm interested.
Oh my god, there's a scene like it's just like so out of place and so weird when it happens. You're like, what the fuck? But you just like, oh my god, that was awesome.
Dude, the cast is very tempting.
Yeah.
Dude, Bruce Willis, Anton Yelkin,
Harry Dean.
Yeah, right, Harry Dean Stanton. That's a good cast. I mean, a good movie with Bruce Willis. Always appreciate.
You seem to like ghetto movies, so
yeah, I do. Amanda Seyfried. Okay. So Into the Wild, solid movie, worth a watch. For sure.
Agreed. Yeah.
Next one is a documentary I don't want to spend much time on. Actually, it's maybe kind of stupid to rate it over Into the Wild, so the order on this one doesn't really matter. This is going to be annoying for you, I think. I watched a documentary called The Pink Floyd Story, Which One's Pink?
No, why would that be annoying? I appreciate Pink Floyd.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
I just don't want to spend too much time rambling on this,
Yeah. You've gone down a rabbit hole. You can't help yourself. It's okay.
Yeah, because I kind of grew to really love this band. And this documentary focuses on the three different eras of Pink Floyd. Like the early Syd Barrett years that were kind of psychedelic. Then the period where they all kind of like nobody was really a prominent leader. Like with Dark Side of the Moon and shit. Then my favorite era, the Roger Waters era with Animals, The Wall, Final Cut, and then the David Gilmour era. And so like it focuses on the conflict between those egos in the band. That was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Also, what really helped was that I never really this was the first time that I ever saw the story of Pink Floyd, so this was all new to me. So that was really interesting, right?
Yeah.
Like if I already knew the story, then it might not be like super gripping documentary, but it was fine. Nothing amazing, just rather conventional. I enjoyed it.
I would watch music documentaries on bands I don't even like, just because it's fascinating to hear stories of musicians. Because you're an artist, you're creative. Yeah. I mean, just think about having to subdue yourself at times and give in, and I mean, that would be difficult, I think, being in a band. So the bands that last are, impressive, impressive.
Impressive, yeah.
I'm sure money helps, though. Money, yeah. Money probably helps. But I bet you really start to hate these people. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to see their face anymore. You just...
Yeah, I mean, Pink Floyd end up like suing each other when Roger Waters left.
Right.
And, but this documentary is right after they reunited at Live Aid in 2005. So that was cool. Yeah, Bob Geldof is also in it, saying some shit. I kind of like Bob Geldof. I don't know why. Anyway, next movie. Now the really good shit.
Good shit.
And this is all rewatches, of course. I rewatched finally V for Vendetta.
Oh,
2005. Natalie Portman, Hugo Weaving, John Hurt. It's the movie about taking down the fascist government.
Fucking gem.
Oh yeah, I always liked this movie. I always thought it was great, and this rewatch was just fantastic. I loved it. Especially like I totally forgot about. There's this side plot in the movie with the police chief investigating and discovering like this big plot behind all of it. That was really cool. I like that a lot. And Natalie Portman was good, but dude, like, come on, Hugo Weaving as V is like incredible.
It's probably like one of the best performances under a mask. I feel like, like
for sure.
I don't know if he gets enough credit for that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think actually many people know that it's him. Because you never actually see his face, and I think that's a good move. Such a good character. Like his voice and body language alone make him super cool. And I mean, he's just a badass. The way he kills some people in this is just very cool.
Just yet another reason why Alan Moore is so amazing in comic books. Because I mean, the Wachowskis did a very good job of adapting, even though I think Alan Moore has never seen it because he's that kind of guy. I mean, he's just kind of crazy. He's kind of crazy, but the stories that he wrote in the 80s are just incredible. And this is one of his best, I feel like, aside from Watchmen, but I'm like a Watchmen fanboy. But V for Vendetta is just kind of special. And I love the fact that it's set, in Britain, in the UK.
Oh, yeah.
His homeland. So
actually, what I don't like is that like the mask from the movie is very popular,
yeah.
Like it established the anonymous Guy Fawkes mask, but I mean that's fine. The pacing of this movie is perfect, I think. Like I watched this at night, and initially I only wanted to watch the first half and then continue next day. I just couldn't stop, I just pulled through because it's flowing so well. I think this is a really good movie. It's fun, it's like intense, there's mystery and shit. It's cool.
Yeah, it kind of bums me out that the Wachowskis haven't made as much as I feel like they could, because they got some gems in their catalog.
Right.
Lily and Lana, formerly so-and-so.
Oh, yeah, right. Next movie is one you don't like.
I
mean, we talked about this plenty of times. I don't really want to spend too much time on it.
Is this number 13?
What?
I thought it was going to be Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Don't 13, say the title, dude.
Number 13. Come on, give it to me.
Okay, I can tell you that I also watched that movie for the 13th time, but this is not the one I'm going to talk about.
I need some Rick Dalton
because I don't
life.
ever want to talk about Once Upon a Time anymore.
Hang on a second. We do have to talk about it for 1 second, because there was a conspiracy theory that came out recently saying that Calvin Candy, Rick Dalton is playing Calvin Candy in Django. There's this weird conspiracy theory, and
that's just people trying to link stuff together that has no connection, really.
Dude, I read like 3 paragraphs of that article, and I was like, that is the stupidest shit I've ever. I should have sent it to you, but it was so.
Dude, that would say that Django Unchained is a fictional movie within Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and that's just bullshit.
It was total clickbait, just absolute clickbait. Yeah.
Anyway, the movie I want to talk about for a brief second. I rewatched for the 3rd time The Lighthouse.
Oh.
Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe.
Do you know what it's about yet?
It's hard, but there's some stuff I figured out somehow.
He's getting there.
Because so first, this movie is about two lighthouse keepers in the 1890s going insane on an island with a lighthouse. And there's lots of stuff to interpret on this, and it's hard to really figure out what's going on sometimes. But like, I don't really want to watch any essays on it because I want to figure it out myself, right?
I agree with you there. Like you shouldn't have to watch something to understand it yourself, because we're both smart people, I feel like.
Right. So I just want to, every time I watch this, I'm trying to discover things myself and make my own interpretation. Like there's obvious references to the Greek mythology in this.
Yes.
So that's what I figured out so far. Something like, you could say that Robert Pattinson might be Prometheus. But like, I'm not super, not an expert on Greek mythology, so I'm not quite 100% sure.
I used to be so into it in the 5th grade. It was like, I loved it so much.
Yeah, it was back in the day, I was like,
amazing.
I mean, everybody has those phases, I feel like.
I love mythology. It's amazing.
Yeah. And I know you don't like the visuals of this movie.
No, the visuals are good. I don't like the 4x3. That's
right.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah.
I said the cinematography was a masterclass, but it got to me, the 4x3, because to me, you were cheating me out of the beauty of that black and white, because I love black and white, especially when they do it right.
Right. With all that together, I think this is what a friend said about it. This movie feels very much like one that's made in the 50s.
Yes.
And I agree on that. Like it's there's like, from the visuals, it's like a little bit like The Night of the Hunter or like The Seventh Seal or something.
So that justifies the 4x3. Okay. All right.
Kind of. Yeah, I would say
I'll
so.
concede there.
And I mean, we don't have to mention that both actors just do an amazing job.
Amazing.
They're like, for me, probably both give the best performance of their career.
I will agree with that. Yeah.
So yeah, I like this movie a lot. Even though I gotta say, I have to admit the first half is a little slow and it might even drag at times. But once it picks up pace with, like, as it gets more insane, I love it. I love all of that. I love the trippy shit in it.
Once he jerks off, man, it really gets
right.
Really
That's
gets
the
going.
favorite scene in the movie. So anyway, last movie already, because we're gonna do big list soon. This movie was, oh god, this was one of the best experiences I had in a while with a movie. I rewatched a movie that I haven't seen in like 5 years. It's the favorite movie of my best friend, and I can totally see that because it's an absolute 10 out of 10, no doubt. I think this will be, in 50 years or something, this will be one of the great classics of all time. It's about music. It's called Whiplash. Miles Teller and J.K. Simmons.
Yeah.
It's about this guy at a music school who's a drummer, and his teacher, or like his instructor, is just like, he doesn't stop at pushing people to the absolute perfection. And it's also, I think this movie might just be perfect.
I agree.
The pacing is perfect. Like, it's always interesting and thrilling, and every scene is good, every single one. The editing and camera is just unbelievable. I have no idea how you can pull this off. Like, Miles Teller probably didn't play all of it himself, but he does. I mean, you see that he does do a fair bit of drumming himself.
He learned how to drum, I believe.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think he did. He did the ending completely himself.
No, I mean, you probably not, but at least
how do you film something like that, dude?
Because it looks authentic is the thing. Like he looks like he knows.
Believable.
Yeah, he looks like he's been drumming all his life. So.
Yes, absolutely. And yeah, dude, Simmons is just insane.
It's not my fucking tempo.
Right. And I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. To me, it always sounds good when he's drumming. I never spot any like issues with it.
Like, damn, that sounds good. And he's like, nope, that's not. I mean,
he's just like, he's so precise with the tempo. It's unbelievable. Yeah, dude, like this character, Terrence Fletcher, it's so good, and I don't even see him as a villain character.
No.
Because like he pushes Miles Teller's character so hard, and he manipulates him. Like, stuff he does is so vicious, Like he's a true asshole, but still. In the end, also the movie asks if it might actually be justified because, and I agree with that because like without him pushing him to the limit, he would not be such a great drummer in the end.
This is like much like what a drill instructor would do to,
right.
It's exactly what a drill instructor would do. And you're right. Because at the end, it justifies everything.
He just demands perfection, and
exactly, and that's what this movie's about. It's about perfection. Oh, yes. That is what it's about. It's about reaching that amazing potential that that he actually was able to get out of him, and then he floors J.K. Simmons at the end. And this is not a spoiler because
dude, the ending is flawless. It's
probably arguably one of the best endings of all fucking time.
Absolutely.
I recently watched this a couple months ago with my girl because I was like, we got to watch this. I'm in the mood. Let's do it. And it just holds up. It's amazing, man. And
dude, it's such a short movie as well. Like it's
and
over so fast.
I feel like Miles Teller is completely likable. I love him as the protagonist in this movie. And like I've told you this before, man, that scene when he tells Melissa Benoit's, the girl, he says, I'm just going to keep thinking about drumming, and that's it. I love it.
It's great. It's fantastic.
I love it. Yeah. Because he was honest. He wasn't a coward. He was just honest with her. This is how it's going to be. Amazing.
But it also fits the character. Totally.
Yes. Yeah.
And the ending, dude, like I'm just going to spoil it. So if you've never seen the movie, just turn off your radio or something. Like the moment when Fletcher realizes that like he brought him there and Miles Teller's actually like, he's at that point and just like he also supports him then in his act in the ending. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
When it clicks between them. It's perfect. Love it.
Yeah. It's like I don't know. It's so weird because you just wanted it to happen. Like you just wanted it to click. And it's very uplifting right there in that moment when they just get it.
God, what a movie.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Damien Chazelle.
Yeah, his other movies haven't been as good, but still good. La La Land is fine. First Man is fine, but Whiplash is it's his masterpiece.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a Sixth Sense.
Right, yeah. Even though his other movies are better than most movies of Shyamalan, but
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, I made this list. The best side characters who aren't villains. So like supporting characters or sidekicks or something.
90 people. 90
yeah,
people.
It's about 90 people. So long list. And I didn't even try to put an order into all of these because as we know, I'm terrible at doing that, and my lists are always kind of silly anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you wanted a top 10, this is not the place to come.
Right. Top 10 is... Dude, I couldn't do a top 10 because there's so many good characters. And let's just start with, the Terminator from Terminator 2. Played by Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay. Yeah.
Can't argue with that, right? Next one is already one that should probably have made it to the top 10. It's Doc Holliday. Val Kilmer in Tombstone.
Yeah, he would be like top 5 for sure.
Right. I mean, that's just one memorable character. Everybody knows and loves him. So
flawless.
Actually, Val Kilmer made some entries in this list, which is cool. But first, Chief Yellowhawk. Do you know who that is?
No, Yellowhawk. Who's Yellowhawk?
It's Wes Studi in Hostels.
Yeah. Villainous, but
not really.
Yeah.
Like there is no real good and bad in Hostels.
I need to watch that again. Me too,
actually. Yeah.
Good movie.
Next one is D'Urville Martin. I know you haven't seen the movie. It's Wesley Snipes in Dolomite Is My Name.
Oh yeah.
That's some real comedy gold. Perfect.
I need to get around to it.
Another movie you haven't seen, Gigi, played by Billy Lord in Booksmart.
Billy Lord, the daughter of Carrie Fisher.
Right, and I think she's a better actress than her mother.
Agreed. Yeah.
It's not that hard, though,
No, not at all.
Yeah. All right, more movies you haven't seen. Tajumaru, played by Toshiro Mifune in Rashomon.
How dare you talk about Princess Leia like that? Sorry.
Some people would say that, probably.
You know they would.
And
who was the last one? I'm so sorry.
Toshiro Mifune in Rashomon by Kurosawa. So.
Oh, okay.
Right, you can relate. And moving on with Toshiro Mifune in Seven Samurai. Yeah, I know.
Right on
for the artsy people who are listening. All right, Lisa Carol Fremont. Do you know who that is?
No.
It's Grace Kelly from Rear Window.
Okay.
Libby. It's Ellen Page in Super.
Oh, okay.
I think that's a very fun character.
I'm not a fan of her.
No, but like in that movie, she was really good, I think.
She's so annoying sometimes. I mean, like I've seen her in good movies, but just overall, I'm not really.
Fair enough.
Rushing out for the next Ellen Page vehicle, no, even though I will recommend The Umbrella Academy on Netflix.
Oh yeah. Next one is Val Kilmer as Mad Mardigan in Willow.
Yeah, fucking Peck. Yeah.
It's weird how many good side characters he played. Like Val Kilmer over time just really became one of my favorite actors. Next one, Zack Knight. It's from Fighting with My Family, that Florence Pugh movie.
What a name, Zack Knight.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Next one, Jöns.
Jöns?
Yeah. It's the Squire in The Seventh Seal. I know, like some of these are kind of weird for you probably, but I don't give a shit.
I think you could have done a top 20. I think you could have done it.
No.
20. Yeah,
no.
I think yeah.
I mean, I'm going through these kind of fast, so
maybe a top 50. Yeah, top 50.
Matty Ross. You have seen the movie, I know.
It sounds familiar.
I think like it's Haley Steinfeld in True Grit. And she is actually considered a supporting role, which is weird, but that's why I put her on the list.
She's a singer,
right? Like she was nominated for supporting role, even though I think she's the lead. But anyway,
that's when Hollywood hated women, though. So
right.
Oh, by the way, that's news too. I don't know if you know. I forgot who put a call out for it. I think it was. I don't know. It was a female though. She said that we need to get rid of the acting categories for women and men, and just be best acting.
I don't know.
It's kind of dumb if you do that because it alienates like half of the people if you do that.
Yeah.
You get more recognition by splitting it. Is what I'm saying.
Right. So, I think it's good how it is right now. I don't know.
Just be ready for the change. It's coming.
Dignan.
Oh yeah.
Owen Wilson from Bottle Rocket.
Yeah.
I think it's one of like. Surprisingly, I don't have many Wes Anderson characters on here. I don't know. Anyway, Ed.
Ed.
Yeah, and it's a female.
Ed.
It's Holly Hunter in Raising Arizona.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Hit Girl. Chloe Moretz from Kick-Ass.
The first one. Yeah.
Yeah. And then also Big Daddy, Nicolas Cage in Kick-Ass.
Yes.
Underrated, I think.
That was fucking so refreshing, man. He was, Nicolas Cage still has that fucking, he still has it in him with all the shit that he puts out. But, man, he's probably making a lot of money off that shit, though, that we talk shit about.
Right, the direct-to-DVD shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because Bruce Willis got on that shit now, too.
Yeah. It's kind of sad.
It's kind of weird, yeah.
Ilsa Faust.
That one strikes a chord.
Yeah, it's from a big franchise.
We'll just say it.
What?
Just say it. Who is it?
It's Rebecca Ferguson from Mission Impossible.
That's her name.
Yeah. I think she's like, isn't she supposed to be like Swedish or something? Because
I was going like
Ferguson is Swedish.
I was thinking Harry Potter, something like that. It just sounds like
close, very close.
Yeah.
Here's one that like a lot of people probably would have at their first place. Han Solo.
Oh yeah.
Harrison Ford.
Yeah. Can do no wrong.
Movie,
amazing.
Series.
He shot first. Don't care but shit what anybody says.
Yeah. Another iconic character from the 80s, even though Han Solo is from the 70s. Doc Brown, Christopher Lloyd from Back to the Future.
Good pick, Alman. Good pick.
Thank you.
Love it. Love it. Yeah.
And another 80s pick, Corporal Hicks from Aliens, Michael Biehn.
No, of course, Michael Biehn.
Yeah, actually, I thought about Kyle Reese because I think like he's a supporting character.
That's something I forgot to mention. I did start reading more comics again this week, and I started to read the Alien 3 comic book by William Gibson that is the first script for Alien 3.
Oh, yeah. I heard that's good.
Made into comic book form. And I just got to the part with Reese waking up. Or not Reese, Hicks waking up. And I haven't finished it, but it just seems very cool. I love it when, they do that with comics.
I recently saw a video about Alien 3, and like that comic seemed very good. So worth checking out, probably. Moving on, one of your favorite movies, A Private Trip.
Ooh.
Denzel Washington from Glory.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. God, that's such a good fucking performance. Oh.
It is, right?
Oh, it's so good. When he's just staring at him and he's getting whipped, man, and he slowly starts to cry. And the music's going. I can't watch that movie without fucking getting choked up. I love it so much. That is
understandably
fucking damn near flawless movie right there.
That's one I could see again, actually, even though it's not been that long, because I think you were the first one that told me about it, and I watched it last year or something.
Yeah.
But yeah. Itzhak Stern.
Yes.
Ben Kingsley and Schindler's List. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Like, this character is like very good guy, And then you have Don Logan in Sexy Beast.
That's another movie that gets me emotional every time. It's funny that I've seen it so many times, Schindler's List, and I still get emotional at the end, like when they give him the ring, and it just fucking gets me, that movie.
It would be weird if it wasn't that case, That is an emotional movie.
Right, but it's also like, I gotta give Ben Kingsley so much credit because it's really him that brings out my emotion in that movie so much.
More than Liam Neeson?
Yeah, more than Liam Neeson, but Liam Neeson did do very well in that movie. I mean, I that's probably Liam Neeson's best performance.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, I could have done more scene, but even the scene at the end when they're just putting the rocks on his fucking thing, his tombstone, just gets me. Gets me.
Yeah. All right, Bud White.
Ooh, Bud White. Why is that?
I think we talked about that on the podcast like a couple of weeks ago.
Who's Bud White? What's wrong with me? Who's Bud White?
It's a movie from 97.
Russell Crowe. Oh,
yeah, Jesus. Russell Crowe in L.A. Confidential.
Great fucking role.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of great fucking role, Clifford Worley.
Clifford Worley?
Yeah. He has one scene in the movie, or two.
Oh!
It's enough.
You never really hear his name in the movie, though, dude.
I know, right? Yeah, that was surprising to me as well.
Did they say Cliff, I think, once?
Maybe.
I think when he's introducing her, but yeah, that's Dennis Hopper. That's...
Yeah, True Romance.
I could watch that any day of the fucking week, too. Anyway.
Hell yeah. Lieutenant Colonel Frank Slade.
I thought you were going to say Lieutenant Dan.
What?
Yeah,
that's El Pacino from Son of a Woman.
Lieutenant Dan.
Oh, yeah.
Did Lieutenant Dan make the list?
No. Didn't even think about Forrest Gump.
No Bubba. No Bubba Goat. No Bubba.
Nah, I mean, yeah.
Shrimp there.
Not a bad call. But I think you're like, you not liking Forrest Gump kind of had an influence on me.
I'm sorry, dude.
I would have to see it again, but yeah.
You're just gonna watch it. You know what? He's right. Jenny is a fucking bitch.
I mean yeah, I agree with that, but I mean, you don't like the movie.
It's a feel-good movie.
Yeah.
I've saw it 4 times in the theater. It bugs me, you know. Shawshank, Pulp Fiction, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, fair. Next up is 2 characters from the same movie. Sonny and Lorenzo. Chaz Palminteri and Robert De Niro from A Bronx Tale.
Ooh, okay.
I like them both, and I don't think that Chaz Palminteri is a villain in this either.
No, because they both have their like reasons. That's why that movie's so good.
Right.
You know, is this dichotomy between the two and like the power struggle between the two. And that's actually one of De Niro's, I think, you know, he's very, very good in that movie as the dad.
Yeah, and he directed it. Very impressive. With this one, you could argue that it's a villain, kind of, maybe. The Fawn from Pan's Labyrinth. It's somehow a villain.
Towing the line. No, I don't know, because he's kind of just guiding, you know. He's not really...
Right, but he's also kind of using her, I think.
I mean, the villain is the guy, you know, the...
Vidal, the captain, yeah.
Yeah, the captain, yeah. So, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, the Fawn is fine. Great character design on that.
Plus, the Fawn is fucking cool, so...
Right, and he's played by Doug Jones. Doug Jones is always kind of cool. Next up, Kylie, played or voiced by Wallace Wolodarski in Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Her name is Kylie?
Yeah, I know. It's a guy.
Oh. His name is Kylie?
Right, and it's an opossum, and he's the janitor of the house where they live, and like he's doing robberies with a fox anyway.
That's my girlfriend's name, Kylie.
I know. Yeah, it's weird in this movie, but I mean, it doesn't matter. V for Vendetta, you know.
Totally
just
the
talk
villain.
about that.
Totally the villain.
For some people. Solomon Vandy.
Ooh. Who is that?
It's Jaimin Hunsu in Blood Diamond. Even though you could argue that he's the lead, but I think DiCaprio is the lead.
It's another good fucking movie, man. I like that
movie.
movie.
Yeah. I should rewatch that.
And I like DiCaprio in that a lot.
Dude, his accent is spot on. It's crazy.
Yeah. Rhodesia.
It's just crazy how many good movies Edward Zwick made, and nobody really talks about him.
Yeah, that's again a director I grew up with that I always thought was amazing. You know, and
he's never in the top lists of anybody.
No,
I feel like
no. It's weird.
Yeah. Next one, Katsumoto. Ken Watanabe in The Last Samurai.
We go from Zwick to Zwick. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. He made that as well. Crazy.
Yeah, he has this epic flair. This epic flair to him. That's very good.
And very like most of his movies are historical. And that's always cool. I mean, he made Glory, right?
Yeah, Glory, Last Samurai, fucking Legends of the Fall. You know, some good stuff in there.
Very good guy.
And then also, if you ever get a chance, Courage Under Fire, very good, and The Siege is pretty decent.
Siege. Okay.
Both Denzel movies, you know. I don't know if you've heard of him.
What?
I don't know if you've heard of him, Denzel.
Not really. Nebula from the Avengers Endgame.
Oh, that's a good pick.
Right, and I think she's the only character I have from Marvel in here, because I like for Avengers I like Captain America, and you know I like basically all of them, but they're all kind of leading characters, most of them. Yeah, I mean, Bucky.
Well, I think MCU actually, like, that's something people don't really talk about too much. Like, they handled her character arc from Guardians all the way to Endgame very well. They did a good job with her.
And I like that she has a very prominent role in Endgame. Like, she's actually important, so that's pretty cool.
And Karen Gillan did a fucking great job.
Oh yes,
great job.
Juan, played by Mahershala Ali in Moonlight.
His name is Juan?
Juan, yeah.
Oh.
I don't know.
People say that it wasn't long enough, the role, you know.
I mean, it is short, but it's really good. So
it is very good. Yeah.
think
Two-time
it's
Oscar
enough
winner. Two-time.
already. Yeah, it's crazy. Deserved though for both. Laura. There's no last name for this one.
Laura.
It's the girl from Logan.
I wish you would have said, "Do you know who it is?" I'm like, "What the fuck, Laura?" That's a good one though. Yeah, she was good in that.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Mahershala Ali, Don Shirley, Green Book.
Yeah, I still need to watch it.
It's good. It's very good. Ramona Flowers. Ramona Flowers. Mary Elizabeth Winstead in Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh God, I don't know why that was throwing me off. Weird.
Yeah.
It's good movie. Fantastic movie. Yes.
Yeah. I think Scott Pilgrim is just, that's a movie. It's just a good time. There's no way you're not entertained.
It's a movie that if it starts, it's hard to walk away from. That's
right.
The kind of movie.
Because it's actually funny.
The pace is so good, and it's just it's got good music in it too. Like it just has a good flow to it. I personally feel like that was his best movie.
Edgar Wright.
Yeah, Edgar Wright.
I do like Hot Fuzz a lot.
Yeah, we're both fans of Hot Fuzz, though.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Shaun of the Dead, but
I argue Shaun of the Dead at the time was unbelievable, but it is that is another movie has not aged well. Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, because the zombie parody thing is kind of overdone at this point.
That's the thing. Yeah, I didn't even see Zombieland 2.
Zombieland 2 is not good. It's not bad though. It's just kind of.
It's one of those movies that I know that I'll just throw on one day when I'm just, you know how it is. You just chill.
Yeah, right. All right, next one. This one might surprise you at first. Rocky Balboa.
Ooh.
In Creed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good pick.
I think that's actually, this is Sylvester Stallone's best performance by far, I think. It's amazing.
I'd go Copland or the first Rocky.
Oh yeah, Copland. Yeah, that's fair, but still I think like what he showed in Creed is just unseen.
What's amazing about Sylvester Stallone is he has these little gems sprinkled in so much, weird direct-to-video stuff as well. And he's still able to make he's very respected now too, which is I like to see because I think he's more respected in Hollywood than Arnold. Just
he's
as a creator,
a way better actor.
Just as a creator, as an actor, and as a writer too. I think he's written a lot of good movies, and you kind of know what you're getting. But I think I don't know, the Rambo. I'm glad that Rambo's done. You can finally move on from that.
Right. Next one is our both personal favorite. Brooder. Matthew Fox from Bone Tomahawk.
God. Yeah. It's kind of villainous though.
So good. Yeah. But he's on the hero side.
It's not a boast, it is but a fact. God, he's such a fucking dick. He was amazing in that role. Amazing.
Yeah. And I've never seen him before because I never saw Lost or anything.
Yeah, and I hated him in Lost so much. Oh my God. He was so annoying in Lost. Until the last season, I thought he was really good in Lost.
And it's good that he redeemed himself with Bone Tomahawk for you.
Yeah, apparently he's in, I think it's Along Came a Spider. No.
What?
Cross. He's in Cross with Tyler Perry, and he gets completely ripped for that movie. And I never
heard of that.
Yeah, you should. Huh. But you can see the pictures on Google. He's completely fucking ripped.
That's cool.
Jacked. Just jacked. Veins popping out of your face. Jacked.
I know, that's your thing, I know. Cool. Yeah. All right, next one. Jimmy Hoffa. Al Pacino in The Irishman.
Not Jack Nicholson in Hoffa. Shame.
Isn't he the lead? I would have.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one is Old Boy. It's Gay Perry, Val Kilmer, and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
That's another good one. Yeah, so he did make the list a couple times. So
3 times, I think.
No Iceman in Top Gun. He doesn't make the list.
No, because I've only seen Top Gun once, and it's been a while, so I don't even remember him being in there.
Iceman.
Another Kiss Kiss Bang Bang character. Harmony Faith Lane, Michelle Monaghan. I think she was in that quiz I did for you a couple weeks ago about characters.
I'm very happy that you enjoy the Shane Black Kiss Kiss Bang Bang Nice Guys movies, man. Those are, God, they're good. Really good.
Yeah, it's really sad that the Predator sucked.
I know.
Anyway, Max Cherry, Robert Forster.
Yes.
Jackie Brown.
Yeah, for me, makes the movie.
Absolutely. I mean, Samuel Jackson's really cool too, and Robert De Niro. But
he should have won the Oscar.
Maybe, yeah. Actually, yeah.
I don't know who he's up against, but in hindsight, it was just such a good fucking performance.
Yes. The Sundance Kid.
Ooh.
Guess what movie? Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Robert Redford.
Billy the Kid?
This one would make my top 10, maybe. Probably. Frank T.J. Mackey. You don't know who that is, I guess.
I know. I've heard the name, but
it's Tom Cruise in Magnolia. Yeah.
Respect the cock. Tame the... Yeah, I'll leave that one out for you.
Right. Cheyenne, Jason Robards in Once Upon a Time in the West.
I would really love for Tom Cruise to reprise that role, though, and just I really would just love to see Paul Thomas Anderson just bring him back and just make a movie about him. I love that character. He was so, he's great in that. Great.
He is, yeah. I mean, it would just be nice to have Tom Cruise back with PTA.
Yes.
Like in any movie. Because,
or Tom Cruise with Quentin. Quentin Tarantino would be interesting too.
Oh, yeah. But as we know, Anderson just has the talent to get the best performance out of his actors. And, that would be really interesting with Tom Cruise.
Agreed.
Okay, Cheyenne from Once Upon a Time in the West. The Coach, Colin Farrell, the gentleman. I mean, at this point, he is a really good actor, and he just proved it in this movie.
There's a few people I could have picked from that movie, too. I really liked... right,
Fletcher. What's his name? Hugh Grant.
I really liked him, and I also liked the Asian guy.
But he's more of a villain in this movie.
Right. But so is Hugh Grant in a way. It's kind of...
right.
Yeah.
But the Coach is not. The Coach
really nobody is good. Like, they're all terrible people in the movie, man. But
no, the Coach is pretty cool.
It's a good fucking movie.
Anyway. Captain Klenzendorf.
Yeah,
Sam Rockwell, Jojo Rabbit.
Oh, I never caught his name.
Yeah. Not important. He's great in this movie.
Jojo.
That's one I would like to rewatch as well. It was very good.
Very good, yes.
Okay, this one is debatable. I'm not sure. This might count as a villain eventually, like at the end of the movie.
Oh, okay.
James Conway. Robert De Niro in Goodfellas.
Definitely 100% a fucking villain.
Yeah.
Jimmy the Gent, James Conway. Yes, based on the true story. Based on the Jimmy the Gent character. The dude was insane. Yeah, he's totally a bad guy.
You think so? I mean,
yes,
for like 2/3 of the movie, he's really cool.
Nah, I mean, he's cool. Yeah, I agree. But like, there's nobody you could pick in Goodfellas as a good guy. Nobody. Even Karen.
I would say Ray Liotta is the protagonist. So
he's the protagonist, but he's a piece of shit. He's not a good guy.
That's right. Yeah,
he's a fucking rat, that ratted out everybody. So
okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I mean he goes against the family. He puts Paulie, who tells him, "I don't want to die in prison. I don't want any of that shit. You get off that shit." Slaps him in the face, and what does he do? Goes in courts, points him right out. Then the look that Paul Sorvino gives him in that courtroom.
I mean, as they say, there's no friendship in crime.
But if you're going for likability, I love him as Jimmy Conway.
Yeah. Moving on. Louis Dega.
Ooh.
Dustin Hoffman and Papillon.
Papillon.
Papillon. Yeah. Now an entry that a couple of months ago wouldn't have made this list. Walter Sobchak.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
John Goodman, The Big Lebowski.
Thank you. That feels good to hear that.
Steve Buscemi could have made the list as well, but he doesn't really do anything. So
I'm finishing
that's kind of the point, you know.
I didn't go to Vietnam. Just watch my friends face down on the mug.
That's a good movie. I'm happy that I revisited and that I now like it. Mm-hmm. This one is really new because I think I saw that last week or the week before. Colonel Douglas Mortimer. Lee Van Cleef in For a Few Dollars More. Makes the movie for me. Yeah.
Not Angel Eyes. Yeah.
He's a villain. Tiffany Maxwell, Jennifer Lawrence in the Silver Linings Playbook, even though she might even be second lead. I don't know.
Yeah, I would go maybe De Niro in that one.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah. For me. Because that's just another De Niro role, like The Irishman, that just reminded me that De Niro's a good fucking actor. You know, just brought it back. I
totally forgot about him in that movie, but, you know, as I said, my lists just suck.
Well, Shea Wiggum's very good in that, too. You know, even Chris
He's
Tucker's
in that movie?
good in it. Yeah, he plays his brother. Yeah, gets into the fight.
That. Yeah.
It's a good flick. It's another movie that if it starts, I can't stop.
I mean, it's your favorite movie, so that makes sense.
Yes.
Quint.
Who the fuck is Quint? Why isn't my...
Robert Shaw in Jaws.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite monologues of all time right there.
Hell yeah.
I love that when he's telling him about
the war.
Shit. Yeah.
Professor Henry Jones. Sean Connery in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
It's one of the most likable characters for me, like as a kid on screen. Like I love him in that, man. I thought he added like just the comic relief that, I mean, there's comic relief in the other movies, of course, but like him fucking with Indy the whole time is so much fun.
Yeah. And it's actually pretty silly that Sean Connery is only like 10 years older than Harrison Ford. But it works in the movie because he has gray hair and shit.
Gray hair, yeah. He's a silver fox.
Yeah, The Last Crusade is like the best buddy movie ever.
Yeah.
All right. Another Sean Connery. Jim Malone, The Untouchables.
Yeah.
Didn't he? I think he won the Oscar for that.
I think he did too. Which is kind of strange when you think about it a little bit, but
it's a good role though.
Let's do some good. Let's do some good. I do like De Niro in that too as Al Capone. I wanted more of him as Al Capone.
Oh yeah,
it's kind of small.
Yeah,
that's when Kevin Costner was still making good movies too.
That's right. Costner. Dignam. Mark Wahlberg in The Departed.
Dignam,
yeah.
Dignam and Dignan.
Right. Both made the list. I mean,
I agree. I completely agree with that. Yeah, that he's got some of my favorite lines ever. I mean,
right.
Mark Wahlberg is a interesting guy. He turns in a good one and turns in a bad one. Actually, he turns in a good one and then he turns in like 5 bad ones, I feel like.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Remus Lupin, David Thewlis from Harry Potter. The only Harry Potter character on this list.
Really?
Because it's my favorite. Even though, I mean, I do like Gary Oldman in that, but I don't know.
I'm surprised, man. What the fuck? Sirius Black. Fuck? Jesus.
Yeah. I was always a fan
shit.
of David Thewlis in those movies. Yeah. All right, next one. Selina Kyle. Anne Hathaway in The Dark Knight Rises.
Ooh.
That might be kind of controversial. I don't know.
Ooh. I'd go Selina Kyle, Michelle Pfeiffer, Batman Returns.
That's what I expected, yeah.
Oh, God, she's so good in that movie. Michelle Pfeiffer. Woo! Especially in that suit. I'm just saying. Tim Burton, right. Thank you for the memories. Thank you for the memories. Anyway.
What's up, Raynon? The topic is best side characters who aren't villains. And moving on with a movie you haven't seen. Sergeant Carl Rasmussen. Roland Muller in Land of Mine, that movie that I keep talking about.
Right.
Post-war movie, which is a really good film, yeah.
Land of Mine. It's like,
the title is kind of
misleading there. Yeah.
Morbid. Tanner Howard.
Tanner, you said?
Tanner, yeah.
Such a
Ben Foster in Hell or High Water.
It's such a white name. Tanner. Come here, Tanner. Conrad.
What about the pig, though?
Oh, that's a good pick. It's a good pick. Even though he's kind of, it's kind of anti-hero, but
yeah, But you still root for them. And
that's another movie, man, that I'd love to watch again. I would love to watch that again.
But it's probably his most not villain character. Like, mostly Ben Foster's like the crazy guy on the opposite side. And this time he's like...
I love Ben Foster. He can do no wrong. Except for Warcraft. It was terrible in Warcraft.
That is true, yeah.
that was just a bad movie, though.
Medivh.
Not a good pick for Medivh.
The thing, though, I always think that Ben Foster always kind of plays the same character, but it's always really good. Mm-hmm. So really nothing wrong with that.
I really like him in The Program, too. Nobody ever talks about The Program where he plays Lance Armstrong.
Man.
I think he played a good Lance Armstrong. And Jesse Plemons is in that, too, before his face got, wild.
Next one's your favorite. Amy March, Florence Pugh in Little Women.
Oh, yeah.
I know that you love that movie.
Florence.
Her only entry, though.
I'm excited about her in Black Widow. I just, I'd like to see Black Widow if that'll ever fucking come out.
Now, another one of our favorites, both of us.
Uh-oh.
Sheriff Chris Mannix. Walton Goggins in The Hateful Eight.
Oh, man.
Steals the show, kind of. And is just absolutely amazing.
And like I said, the more I watch Hateful Eight, the more it becomes one of my preferred and favorite Tarantino films. I really, really love that fucking movie. And he makes the whole movie. He makes the entire fucking movie. Yeah.
Next up, Jobling. Willem Dafoe in the Grand Budapest Hotel. Oh, no, cut that from the list. He's a villain.
I haven't heard Samuel Jackson's name at all here. I'm surprised.
No love
for the motherfucker.
He often plays villains, and I didn't include what's his name, Jules Winfield, because I think he's the protagonist.
Okay.
You
think Jules is the protagonist?
I think he is, yeah.
Interesting.
Because he has the arc in the end,
I've never heard this before. I've never heard that Jules. See, that's a clickbait title right there. You could totally. you need to start a movie website and start doing that shit, dude. That's a good one. Yeah.
Anyway, Scoutmaster Ward. I know you haven't seen the movies. It doesn't matter. Okay. Edward Norton in Moonrise Kingdom. This one's funny. The name is just Photojournalist. Guess what movie?
Hacksaw Ridge.
It's Dennis Hopper in Apocalypse Now.
That's his name in the.
He's just referred to as a photojournalist on IMDb.
It's crazy shit, man.
Yeah,
you don't even know what's going on out here, man.
Fantastic small role. And speaking of Apocalypse Now, Lieutenant Colonel Bill Kilgore, Robert Duvall. Even though you could argue that he's kind of villainous,
No. That's 100% red-blooded fucking American patriotism right there. I love him.
Great.
Man. I'll fucking surf it. And he starts taking off his fucking clothes. It's amazing.
It is. That's why he made the list.
Does Colonel Kurtz make the list? Colonel Kurtz was a good guy. I mean,
he's a villain.
A snail on a straight razor. That's my nightmare. It's so creepy. It's so fucking creepy, that movie.
Perry Tony Gagnos from The Wanderers. The badass guy who joins their gang. I fucking love that.
With the toothpick.
You're right.
Yeah. I'm glad you like that. It's a great fucking flick. I love it when they're all getting into it.
About it as well.
I love it when they all get into the brawl towards the end too, and then the Ducky Boys just start surrounding them.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, if you haven't figured out, the Ducky Boys are the poor ass Irish people. I don't know if you
oh no, I didn't
put
know
that together or not, but yeah, that's kind of a racist movie. I'm kind of offended.
Not really. Red.
Oh yeah, Morgan.
Yeah, Morgan
My
Freeman,
boy.
the Shawshank Redemption.
Morgan.
I need to see that movie again. Honestly,
Yeah,
only
you
seen
should.
it once. It's crazy.
Oh yeah. You should watch that again.
I know. Yeah.
I
Bernie Taupin.
put that under the flawless category. So.
I mean, it's the most highest rated movie on IMDb. So.
Like a fucking diamond, baby. You know. Flawless.
Bernie Taupin, Jamie Bell, and Rocketman.
Oh, okay.
I know.
I like Jamie Bell though.
He's good, yeah. Well, who would have guessed? Cliff Booth. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Brad Pitt.
Yeah, but I can get behind that though. That though. He was the best part of the movie. So I mean, I can't really complain about that at all.
Speaking of Tarantino, Dr. King Schultz, Christoph Waltz in Django Unchained.
Speaking of Tarantino, just every character he's ever written, you know,
who's not a villain and not a
right.
Even though some argue that actually Christoph Waltz is the lead in the movie, which I'm not sure about, but.
In Django?
Yeah, I mean, he has a really big part, but he's not the main guy.
No, I go Django 100%.
Right.
He's got the line at the end, you know, I like the way you die, boy.
That's my favorite moments list, by the way.
I would love to watch that again as well.
Mm-hmm. I thought about it as well because I haven't actually seen it this year, which is crazy because I saw it like 5 times last year.
I would love Christoph and Tarantino to get together again.
Yeah. Like in his last movie, he just needs Christoph Waltz and Sam Jackson.
Do you think it will be his last movie?
Yes. I don't think so.
I think he's full of shit. He'll take 5 years off and he'll come back in 5 years. I guarantee it.
Who knows?
He won't be able to stay away because he's got too much of an ego. He'll see a movie and be like, I could do that better. Yeah. So.
Let's talk about it when it happens.
Yeah. In
10 years. Tom Hagen. Another Robert Duvall role from The Godfather.
Yes. Yeah.
And
he's so overshadowed by the powerhouses of the movie, but it's like one of Duvall's best roles right there.
Yes, absolutely. Speaking of The Godfather, Fredo Corleone, John Cazale.
The villain.
How?
He broke his heart. Heart.
Yeah, but I mean, in that movie, Michael is kind of a villain in the end.
I really would like to watch that again too. Just that scene. I just saw Pacino kissing him and just like, I could watch Godfather 2 right now.
Right. More Tarantino.
I
don't think this one is a villain. Marcellus Wallace.
No.
Raines, Pulp Fiction.
No. He starts off as the villain, but then he gets humbled by Zed Maynard.
Zed. Yeah. And more Pulp Fiction. Lance. Eric Stoltz. I think he's hilarious in that movie.
Man, what a pick. I was just thinking about that too. I was just because when you brought up when you did Christoph Waltz, I was like, man, what's a good Tarantino non-villain? I almost said it, so I'm glad that he made the list here. I love it.
And also Mia Wallace, Uma Thurman, Pulp Fiction, also made the list.
Mia.
I mean, every character from Pulp Fiction could make a list, you know?
It's a fucking masterpiece, Pulp Fiction.
That's right.
Masterpiece.
That's why.
Even Harvey Keitel.
Fuck! I forgot about.
Could make the list as the wolf.
The wolf. I just added him. Anyway, Said, played by Said Tagmawi, whatever. Lahane. Said.
Totally.
Hilarious guy. James Gordon.
Ooh,
Gary Oldman. The Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah.
Dude, that character is like legit so good.
And it's right out of the comics too. It's exactly how he looks. I loved it. I loved it.
And it's like, for me, always weird because I never see him as Gary Oldman.
No.
Like, Gary Oldman is probably the number one guy who disappears in his roles.
Agreed.
Right. More Tarantino. Hattori Hanzo, played by Shin Ichi Shiba. Kill Bill 1.
Those are two people that never got together. Oldman and Tarantino. It's another one.
Oh, yeah. I mean, almost in True Romance.
Maybe Gary Oldman and Paul Thomas Anderson. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That gets the film boner going, doesn't it?
But yeah, Hattori Hanzo, Kill Bill.
Yeah, that's a good one. He's in the first one, right? Volume 1?
I like all the scenes he's in. It's fantastic. It's kind of
Do you prefer Volume 1 or Volume 2? I think I've asked you.
Volume 1.
I think everybody prefers Volume 1.
I used to prefer 2, actually. Back in the
I
day,
like the drama. I like
the
drama of Volume 2, but I still maintain that the ending is kind of silly. It kind of just ruins the drama for me. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know.
Because to me, it could have been like very, very poignant, but the 5-finger death punch thing just kind of it's cool. It's fun,
it's
but
corny because, like, I mean, both movies, the whole thing is just kind of silly and stupid. So right. I think
it's like a conflicting set of films because it dips its toes in the corn, the fun, and the drama. So it doesn't really know what it wants to be, kind of, but it's still an enjoyable ride. And I wish there was a Volume 3.
Yeah, but not as his last movie.
No.
That would be kind of anticlimactic.
Well, it's going to be Star Trek.
Yeah. Please no. Anyway, you could argue this is the main character, but I don't think he is. Aragorn, Viggo Mortensen in Lord of the Rings.
No, I would say the main character's fucking Frodo for sure.
Right, but aren't you glad that I didn't put Sam on here? Yeah,
no, you can't put Sam. Nobody can put
Aragorn.
Sam.
I mean, Gimli and Legolas could have made the list as well. Actually,
Aragorn is the badass. He represents the 80s action star. He's the big nice swinging dick. Yeah. You know, I love him. I love him in that movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like Viggo though. Period. I wish Viggo did. I don't know. I guess he does do a lot of shit, but I want him to do.
He could have gotten the Oscar for Green Book. Would have been deserved.
I liked him in Hidalgo too. I don't know if you ever saw Hidalgo, but I thought that was a fun movie. Hidalgo.
I still have to see History of Violence.
That's good, but I like Eastern Promises more. I don't know why I compare him.
Eastern Promises is good. It also has Vincent Cassel. You know, that's a plus.
Right. I think he pulls off Russian very well, too. Honestly.
Yes. You mean Viggo?
Viggo, yeah, Viggo.
Viggo plays an Italian in Green Book, and it's absolutely convincing.
Hey!
He's I mean, a little like that. He's good with accents.
Forget about it, you know?
All right. Few more to go. Mickey. Brad Pitt in Snatch.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
All my favorite characters, period. Furiosa. Charlize Theron, Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah.
Easy pick.
Yeah,
I mean, you could argue that she actually is the main character, but.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people, I think, would say.
Yeah, but I mean, the movie's called Mad Max and not Furiosa, so. Anyway, Joy. Ana de Armas, Blade Runner 2049.
Ooh, I love it. God. Even that gives me the feels, you know? Like it, I don't know why. Yeah. It's an AI. Stupid. You shouldn't get the feels, but you still do, you know?
Yeah. Also a movie I should rewatch, actually. There's so much I wanna watch again, but it's like I also want to see new movies, of course, but because that's way more interesting. But
yeah.
Anyway, Jason Dixon.
Jason Dixon.
I think we had him on the names quiz as well.
Jason Dixon.
Sam Rockwell in 3 Billboards.
Oh, okay.
Missouri.
Nah, he's racist. No, can't put him on there.
Oh yeah, right. He's a villain.
Cancel Sam Rockwell.
It's a roll. God damn it. Patrick Chandler, Lucas Hedges in Manchester by the Sea. Yeah. I had to put him on there.
It's all right. He tears it up.
Tom Doss, another Hugo Weaving character, Hacksaw Ridge.
Okay.
Drunk. This one you won't know. Ray.
Oh, Star Wars: Rise of the Skywalker. Yeah, Ray.
Yeah, totally side character. No, it's the actor's Narkel Smith. It's mid-90s. Fantastic.
I have to say too. The more I think about it, Ray is irritating as a character. Because there's no flaws in Ray. Like she can do no wrong.
Right, the Mary Sue thing I thought was stupid with the first one, but actually it never changed, so it's like kind of irritating. I get you.
Like you start to like pick it apart. Like I don't want to be like a person that jumps on the hate train. I don't really like to be a hater, but she is a Mary Sue, straight up. As Ray.
Yes.
And it kind of irritates me now that I think about it more. But
the whole trilogy is kind of irritating, so
it's frustrating. It's very frustrating because there's shit about it that I do like. There's scenes about it that I love, but hopefully we'll get a better Star Wars movies.
Taika,
the man.
Okay, this one actually I thought about it. I have 3 characters left, and it might actually be my top 3.
Okay,
so I'm just gonna say it's my top 3.
Okay, top 3.
Third place, Tuco. Eli Wallach.
Yeah,
Good.
I knew he would be in there. Yeah, he has to be in
there. Number 2, Marion Ravenwood. Karen Allen in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Wow.
I don't know. Yeah,
that's a big pick.
I think she's the perfect sidekick for Indy.
I think you got a little crush
over Sean Connery.
I think you got a little crush on Karen Allen. I think you got a little crush.
Who knows?
By the way, she plays opposite Jeff Bridges in Starman, the movie I keep telling you about. There. So,
yeah. Good. But anyway, the big top 1.
Top 1.
We talked about him before.
J.K. Simmons.
It's Terrence Fletcher from Whiplash. J.K. Simmons. Yeah.
He has to make the list.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. I think there was never a more deserving Oscar than that. I mean, that's not true, but like he totally deserved it. And it's actually weird because I don't think that J.K. Simmons in other roles ever really proved to be such an actor.
Yeah.
Like he's always just kind of he always plays side characters, and in this one he was really given the chance to show off his talent, and he really has some talent as we now know.
Exactly. I wanted to watch the show that he was in, but it got canceled, so I never bothered. I can't remember the name of it. Let me click on his name.
J.K. Simmons is just one of those actors who's in so many movies.
Yeah.
Like he's the typical side actor.
Counterpart. That's the name that I wanted to watch that show, but it got canceled, but apparently it's being shipped around to get back up. But
8.1.
I'm glad that he's back as fucking Jonah Jameson.
That was amazing. Yeah. He's gonna be in Morbius.
Yes.
Apparently. Cool.
That's Sony and Marvel playing nice there. I like that. I like that a lot because that opens the door for a possible Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire,
please,
Tom Holland fucking crossover where they're all Spider-Man and they all,
I mean. That's kind of wild.
I think we'll get a Miles Morales live action as well at some point.
Would be cool.
Yeah, since Sony just announced the video game Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yep.
I'm not quite like I don't those console things. I don't really.
You're not down with the console.
I don't have a console, so why would I?
You should get a console. It's fun. It's fun. Maybe the new ones when they come out.
I'm not playing that many games anyway at the moment, so it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, like this J.K. Simmons guy, he's in so many movies. It's crazy, and so many good ones. He was in True Grit. What the fuck? He's just voice uncredited. Okay,
and he's just been around for a while too.
Yeah,
like think of how long it took scrolling down just to get to Whiplash. Like that's
in
a lot of work, man. Jesus.
He has 203 credits on IMDb. That's so much.
Who has the most? Isn't it Samuel L. Jackson?
Samuel L. Jackson is, I don't know. Might be.
My God, that's where I originally saw him. Okay, so he plays this general or this this guy in that movie, The Ref. I think I've told you about The Ref before. I
Ref.
love The Ref with Dennis Leary, Kevin Spacey, and
What
Judy
year?
Davis. 94. It's a 90s movie. So, but that's where I originally saw him, and that's one of his first movies too. That's crazy.
Huh.
J.K.
What a weird name.
Just kidding.
Yeah, right. The Ref in German, it's called No Panic. Why? Okay.
No Panic.
That's strange.
Interesting.
And the additional title is Good Hostages Are Rare.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
It's just Germany being funny again, you know.
the German titles suck. It's just sometimes. I mean, they don't always translate stuff, and that's better, but yeah. All right.
Wow.
I think that's it for this episode.
Well, Almond, that was a fun show, man. That was a fun show.
Oh God. Then send us some emails. Right.
Did you get any? Did you get any?
No.
Or did
If
you
I
check
had,
it?
I would have told you. I checked it.
Good.
Yeah, send us some emails to stairwaycinema@gmail.com. Like movies we could talk about. Oh, if you just want to insult us, that's fine.
That'd be awesome. I really
Right.
like that. I would love it.
So yeah, then tune in next week again for Stairway to Cinema.
Have a good weekend, sir.
You too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for Stairway to Cinema episode 33. It's a good time. It's a good time. I really enjoy doing this podcast with my boy. All right, have a good weekend. Peace.